Well, what's happening, guys? How are we doing? Today I have a very special video for you guys, so stay tuned. But first, let me take a shower. Hoppa! There we go. Let's get to the video. Some of you guys might know that I used to struggle a lot with procrastination throughout my life. And I was never the problem that I didn't have any creative ideas, but rather I just couldn't get it done, you know? I just got distracted very easily, or I just like indulged in social media scrolling and other just pointless stuff. And I think many of you guys can relate to that. Guess what, guys? I found the solution. One book that I recently read, or should I say I listened to it on Audible, has changed my life for the better. And this book is Atomic Habits. As you've probably read in the title though. Whenever I listen or read some form of self-help books or books for personal growth, I always make sure to write down the most important information of the book, as you could see here. You can see. So this is my pretty much summary of the book. It's like, I think it's like six and a half pages. And I got all the important information of the book condensed just in a very short text, so I can revisit it whenever I want. And I highly recommend you guys do that as well whenever you read some form of these books. The main idea of this book is how to implement small habits into your life, which will over time and eventually enable you to grow a lot as a person. Basically, James Clear is saying in his book that many people overestimate the amount of growth one person can achieve in a very short period of time versus the amount of growth you can actually achieve in a long period of time, where you focus on working on your daily habits and intentions. The strategies in his book are so helpful for a person like me, who's always very impatient and wants to have results always immediately. And I think many people know that feeling. You know, we go to the gym, we want to see our abs immediately, we start eating healthy, we want to feel better immediately, and almost everything great takes some time until it comes into being. Or as James Clear himself describes it in his book, short-term satisfaction always has a negative outcome in the future, whereas long-term satisfaction always has a negative thing in the present moment. So for example, you have to go to the gym first to have a great body in the future, but whereas one cigarette at the moment will give you some short-term satisfaction, but in the future it might give you lung cancer. But enough talking, let me show you what I do at the moment. Alright guys, so I made this list for today, and you can see some of these things are already done. And check mark them. So I woke up early today, yep. Did my breath work outside, did some meditation and some journaling. Did my yoga. And now the question is, what's my important task of the day? So this list here actually helps me a lot. Because whenever I get one thing done that I want to get done in a day, I check the list and see, okay, what's the next thing? Otherwise, you might know that feeling as well. Sometimes you got so many things in your head and you're just like overwhelmed and don't know what the next thing is to do. And that's why one of these lists help quite a lot. So my important task of the day is, unfortunately, getting a new sled for my bed, which I broke when I sat down a little bit too abruptly. Alright guys, so this is a real pain in the ass, and if Faden, my dad, sees this right now, he's probably gonna laugh because I broke quite a lot during my childhood. Alright guys, let's get it done. See you in a bit. Alright guys, so the universe got me back. I found this perfect piece of hardwood. perfect size, and it was even on sale for only $2. Alright, cool. So that's done. So before we continue with the important tasks of the week, I have to meet up with the guy who's gonna buy my bike. So see you in a bit. Alright guys, I'm back home. I could sell my bike and I got a good price for it, so that's a good thing. Before we continue with the book, I have a quick lunch. So this is kind of cool. This is pretty much leftovers from work. So that's one of the perks of working at a restaurant. You can get some free food. This is like 2 falafel salads. And I had some tahini dressing and some jalapenos. See you in a bit. Alright, so what's the next point on my list? It's the important task of the week. And my important task of this week is to finish the 4-hour work week, which I'm carrying around for a month now. I haven't even read half of it, but yeah, this week is gonna be the week I'm gonna finish it, because next week I'm going to leave Melbourne and I don't want to carry it with me. So I'm trying to finish it right now. And probably gonna be like 30 to 60 minutes just reading it and then writing down the most important points, like I did for Atomic Habits. So most of these tasks that I've done until this point of the day, they were pretty easy for me and I could easily finish them. But what if we're not as motivated as I am right now to finish all my tasks, all the things that I want to do, because I know in the long run they're gonna benefit myself very much. There are different hacks that James Clear writes down in his book, and for example, one is to make things very obvious, which would be for me in this case just having my notes down here, having the book ready, having my laptop ready. Everything's ready, so I can just start out right now. Or for example, if you want to go for a run after work, you come home from work, your running shoes are already there, your clothing are already there, you just change your clothes and you go running. And then very often it's super crucial to just start doing it. So many people struggle with just starting to do it, like just starting the workout, getting to the gym. And the thing is, most of the time, as soon as you started, you want to complete it. And you start enjoying it oftentimes as well. So that's why he recommends just convince yourself to do a 2-minute workout, and then after like 2 minutes you probably feel like doing more. And that's how you hack your way of thinking. So in other words, if you really want to start a new habit that is very hard for you to do, just start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes in the beginning and then progress from that point on. And a third point would be to start with one thing that you don't really enjoy, but you do a thing that you really want to do afterwards. So for example, you really want to watch the new Game of Thrones episode, but you do also want to meditate for 30 minutes. So you just say, okay, as soon as I've done my meditation, I can watch the new Game of Thrones episode. So you're motivated to get the meditation done to watch the new episode. So these are only a few hacks, and there's obviously a lot more content in the book Atomic Habits. Yeah, it's just too much for this one video. So I'm gonna focus now on my 4-hour work week, and then I see you in a bit. Alright guys, so one more thing that I can finish for the day. I feel like I filmed already so much. This video will be super long, so I'm going to finish this video right here, but not without giving you one more aspect of the book, which is my personal favorite, I think, and that is the idea that it's not about going after your goals, but rather after becoming a person. So what I did, I wrote down every single aspect of the person I want to become in the future, so I have a clear vision. And throughout the day, as often as possible, I try to ask myself, will this decision right now benefit the person I want to become in the future, or rather will it take me away further from this person I want to become? For example, will skipping my workout because I'm a little bit tired get me closer or further away from the person I want to become, or skipping a meditation session? So just something to consider for you guys. I think I'm gonna finish this video right now because I don't want to make the video too long. If you're interested in the book, there's a link in the description box. In any event, thanks for tuning in, It's highly appreciated, and stay tuned for the next video and for the new adventures which start next week. See you guys.